An F-fighter jet maneuvers between the hills of the Larisoro in the heart of Samburu County. This is a simulation exercise, and members of the Kenya Defence Forces have been training here for the last 10 days. It is dubbed Operation Linda Rhino and is meant to equip the Kenyan forces with capabilities and skills to be able to find and rescue its forces or friendly forces who may be captured or trapped behind enemy lines.
Well, you know, it is not a secret that Kenya is involved in operations in Somalia, and we would like to practice this in case any of our forces or any of our personnel get involved in a situation inside Somalia or anywhere else where we are engaged. We should be able to retrieve them safely back to our country.
One soldier, an F-5 fighter pilot, plays the role of the stranded officer. Very few senior officers know his exact location. In the operation, there are soldiers playing the role of enemy combatants and others playing the role of his colleagues coming to his rescue. The rescuers have been divided into several categories. Some engage the enemy from the air, while ground troops try to reach the stranded pilot on foot and on vehicles. However, they are 12 kilometers from where he is.
Medic, team 1!
They have to approach on foot, and only on good roads can they use their vehicles. The ambulance they will use, in case the downed officer needs medical attention, also follows. And here, they assume that they are constantly under fire from enemy forces. The trainers say the scenario has been set to mimic a typical war front. The only difference is there are no actual shots being fired. And even here, the officers will be judged and given points. Meanwhile, the stranded soldier is also supposed to use all tactics available to stay alive and evade capture by the enemy. Once in a while, he lights flares to indicate to the choppers flying above his position. Eventually, after about an hour, he is spotted. A chopper lands down to rescue him. During an actual operation, it may take several hours or even days to be rescued from such a situation. The ground forces are still too far behind, and since their target has already been rescued, they have to retreat. From the base, the leaders of the Air Force monitor the action. Today, they seem happy with the outcome.
The objective has been achieved to my satisfaction, and what we need to do is to practice it more regularly so that we are more proficient and be able to do it better. There's always room for improvement, but for today, we achieved the objective and it was done pretty well.
The exercise was launched last week at the Laikipia Air Base in a ceremony attended by the Defense Cabinet Secretary Rachel Omamo and the US Ambassador to Kenya, Robert Godek. The Ugandan Army was also invited, but just as an observer. The Americans have played a key role in the exercise, offering training and first-hand experience on how to conduct personnel rescue and search and rescue operations. The importance of the unit, named Rapid Deployment Squadron, could not be understated. In December 2014, Kenya lost one of its best fighter pilots, Jonathan Otongo, who was on a mission in Somalia. It is believed that his plane had problems and he was forced to eject. However, he was trapped deep in Al-Shabaab territory and could not be rescued by Kenyan or friendly forces.
The honor of any military in the world is to be able to account for the last man. So everybody is significant in one situation. So when your personnel is downed or captured in an enemy territory, you will do whatever you can to get them back. And that's what we say in Kenya. We will account all our men to the last man. So we'll practice. We tell our forces who are fighting, if you're out there and you're captured, we'll do everything we can to bring you back.
The exercise comes at a critical time for the Kenya Defence Forces, given its engagement in Somalia and the casualties it has suffered so far, some of whom could have been saved had such a unit been in place. Andrew Ochieng, NTV.